Hello there. This is my most recently completed sketchbook, and I figured I'd put it out on the internet in case anybody wanted to see it. So here we go. These are some goals I set for myself. I met most of them, which is actually better than I usually do. And these are some sketches of my character Casper. He is the ringmaster in a circus that uses dark magic and ghosts. And these drawings are not good and they don't look like him, but they're there. And this is his ringmaster uniform. Here I was testing out a new pen and I was trying to figure out how to draw different body types, because I tend to just draw people who look like this body type where they're just a flat stick figure. And I'd like to have more diversity in my characters. And here I was thinking more about the other performers in the circus. Like I wanted to add some stilt walkers, I think that's what they're called, that had like creepy, almost like doll makeup. And then this is the animal trainer, and she is Casper's sister. And I'm going to change her name, but her name right now is Annie. And I'm going to change her outfit because that is not practical to wear. She needs to be able to move. Oh, here's thumbnails for a comic. And this is, I was trying to figure out how I wanted a doll repaint's face to look, and this is the closest to what I wanted. And the finished doll looks nothing like it, but this was a good basis to go off of. Oh, and I watched She-Ra, and it's so good. And so I had to draw She-Ra with her gorgeous flowing hair. And then Entrapta is one of my favorite characters. And there you can see another little drawing of Entrapta. And also Scorpia is great. She's another one of my favorites. Oh, and this is my character Adrian. I changed their design a lot, and I wanted to change their hairstyle. And I eventually did later in the sketchbook. I found a hairstyle that I like much more for them. Oh, and here's more of Adrian. I don't know what these are. I don't know why I did this. Oh well. I really like this drawing though. That sketch. And they have pointed teeth. Like all cool undead people. Oh, and then this is my character Aaron. He's my main character sort of that I draw the most. And he has very long puffy hair, and I never draw it like pulled back, so I thought it would be funny to draw him with two ponytails and with it like half pulled back. Here he looks like an old grandmother, but that's cool. I actually really like that one. And this here is a superhero character that I've sort of been designing. I don't know exactly how I want her to look, but she has, like, I have her story down. She has the power to manipulate electricity and metals, which makes her able to manipulate electronics. And so she is like the tech person, and she makes all sorts of cool stuff. One of my goals, I think, was to use washi tape, because it's something that I like doing, but I don't do it very often. And so I made this little funky man. I want to draw him again. His hair's very cool. And here I saw somewhere online someone drawing like a sketch with highlighters and then outlining it over that. And I wanted to try doing that, and as Aaron is saying here, it is not ideal. It is not a technique that works for me. I think here I was practicing body types again, and then this is that technology superhero, and this is her her co-worker, her friend, I don't know. And then here is Aaron looking very strange proportions-wise. Oh, and this is all 4 of the main characters in Aaron's story. Aaron, his older brother Samuel, and their friends Cassius and Adrian. Adrian we saw already well. And this is Cassius. And I decided that since like Samuel's hair was looking too similar to Adrian's hair because they both have straight, floppy, greasy hair. And so I decided that he would wear it in a ponytail, and I think it looks great. Here is technology superhero lady and her pal. And they don't really have a developed story. But I think I like the way they look here. And she's like, not an assassin, but like, spy, maybe, that's the word. She's a spy. And then here, I've never drawn much fan art for it, but I watched Doctor Who and it's great. And the 11th Doctor is possibly my favorite, so I drew this little chibi face of him and a very lopsided TARDIS. I wanted to make stickers for myself, but I never did. And then around holiday time, I drew all 4 of the guys celebrating the holidays because it was winter, it was Christmas time. Here we're getting near the end of December, so I drew a portrait of Aaron to compare to something I drawn at the beginning of 2018, and I think I improved. This drawing does not show it when compared, but I think I improved. And here I was thinking of like a superhero AU or alternate universe for Aaron and friends, and so I was thinking that Aaron would be like a sort of like Doctor Strange type wizard, and Samuel would be like a ninja assassin, and this is probably Adrian, I have no idea what they're supposed to be. And here is technology superhero, and she is a sass master, and I always forget that, like I always draw her looking super shy, I completely forget her personality. Okay, so this is technology superhero and her friend. Oh, her friend has a name. Her name is Hera. I remembered it. And I was reading a book at the time called Renegades that was about superheroes. And that's what inspired me to start drawing them again. And so I drew some characters from that book, because for some of them I just had such, like I could vividly picture what I imagined them to look like the puppeteer. He's a crazy blonde kid with doll face paint. So I thought it would be funny to draw the Sentinel because he's just a vaguely human-shaped metal suit. And here I bought some, well, these are some random alcohol markers that I found and decided to buy. And I colored these little heads with them, and I think they work pretty well, but I think the tips of the markers are kind of falling apart a bit, so that's not ideal. And here we have a character who has yet to be named. I think I'm going to call him Alexander, and he is sort of like a dark knight, like he's not a dark knight, maybe a fallen knight. Like now he was a knight, but then he was an assassin because he was brainwashed, and then he got unbrainwashed. It'll make sense. And I just think he's very pretty, and I want to draw him more because he has such nice hair. Like, just look at this hair. It's beautiful. And this is his friend, Quinn. I did write their name down, that's cool. And Quinn just kinda shoves themselves into... I wrote small and tall. That's funny. I'm hilarious. Quinn just like inserts themselves into the plot, sort of like they're like, hey, you look like you're like a mercenary, and he's just an Alexander, if that's what his name's gonna be, it's just like, no, I'm actually not looking for work, and then Quinn is just like, fantastic, you're hired. And It's great. They are probably very chaotic neutral, small and angry. And I think here, yeah, I was trying to design their outfit. I sort of like how this looks, but the tall collar is also fun. So I don't know what I'm gonna go with. I really want to draw those two more. And here, I finally got around to practicing some poses, and I drew a glorious side profile that actually looks like it could be a human being. I was so happy. I even wrote yay to clarify my joy. Here are another set of my characters from a whole different story than the other two stories, Aaron's and the superheroes. This is Scarlet, and they're all in a band together. Scarlet plays guitar. Scarlet plays guitar and also sings. And then the twins, Ajax and Alan. Ajax sings and Alan plays piano. And then this is their drummer, who does not have a name, but I love her very much, and she needs a name. And she has red hair. You can't tell here, but she has a mane of red hair. And she's great. Here I decided to try to do a full illustration, and this is what happened. No more needs to be said. This here is TV-headed character that I have, and I call them A1 because that's the first thing that came into my mind when I thought, what should I name this television man? And they're literally just like a humanoid robot body with a TV floating above it. And then here I drew A1 because I was trying to figure out if I can make the torso and legs shorter, and I can't. Like, I can't draw any proportions other than this. And then I drew this cute little girl who has an alarm clock for a head, and she is awesome. Here I was designing another doll, and I've actually finished that doll now, even though I started it like only a month ago. And she does not look anything like this, but I do like the way she looks. I just wish she turned out more like my initial concept, because that would have been cool. And here's A1. A1 feels emotions. I really like this drawing. I wish that I outlined it and colored it instead of just filling it in with marker, but it looks cool and it fits in with the aesthetic of the page spread. I discovered something. Discovered the head to torso ratio of characters is important to making them look the right age. And I don't know, I discovered it and then completely forgot about it. So then I used that knowledge to make Aaron actually look like well, he's not a child, but like small adult, like a medium adult, a teenager. And this drawing of him is really cute, and then here's hairs in his face. And I got the idea that since Adrian is a shape-shifting demon, I don't think I mentioned that, I figured that around, like, the rest of society, Adrian might, like, take the form of a cat, and I thought it would be funny if sometimes, like, there's a three-eyed cat following around Aaron, and everyone's just like, oh my god, that cat's a demon, and Aaron's like, Adrian, stop! Cats have two eyes. Here's where I've found a different hairstyle for Adrian that works very well. I chose this one right here, even though this one looks beautiful. Like, it's just not different enough from the other characters' hairstyles. So he has long, flat hair. And I don't know how to draw different types of hair. I tried so hard. Oh, this little dude was a play on my internet pseudonym, my username, Ink Mage. I wanted to make a little wizard who was literally made out of ink. That's why his hands are drippy. And here, I think they made them like more normally proportioned. I like them better looking like this with like no arms. But here I drew them, and they're cool. I'll probably revisit this character again. And here I was looking at images, like scenery, images of nature scenery, and I quickly like scribbled them out and then colored them in with highlighters just to distinguish like the different objects, like trees, ground, sky, water, and I think they look pretty cool even though they're just scribbled. Here I wanted to design some like circular stickers or maybe pins, but I couldn't think of any ideas, so then I just started drawing witches and A1 and another witch and angel and a demon. Oh, and then this is a tiny appearance of my character Rain. They are a wizard with control over the local weather. I drew them a lot in my last sketchbook, but all they get here is a little sad cloud. And here, I don't know how to draw chibis, so I was trying to draw chibis, and it's still not good. And here, I drew a chibi of Aaron that I didn't like, and then one of Samuel that I really love, because Samuel is like this big, tough, muscular young man, and then when you reduce him to child proportions, he looks ridiculous, and I love it. On here is Aaron and Cassius being romantic, because they can be. And this is outfit design for that previous doll. And I ended up making this dress but sleeveless, and instead of a belt I made like a crossbody bag, the satchel if you will, and I didn't make her like a hat or crown or anything, because again, she didn't turn out looking like my original concept. And here I was revisiting some characters that I drew during Inktober last year. This was a gargoyle, and she is a strong young woman, and I love her. And I was looking at pictures of gargoyles on Pinterest, and they all either look like a demon man or like a weird dog, and I regret looking up what gargoyles actually look like. And this is a scarecrow, also from Inktober, and he is just a friendly boy, and he's bad at his job, so he has a bunch of bird friends, and birds are also very bad at their jobs. They don't eat the crops, they just bother him, but they're friends, and they're very sweet. Oh, here I was designing a character for a contest on Instagram, and it was the prompt for the design was a mood board, and I chose one that was like pastel and like pastel technology themed, I guess. And this was my final sketch, and this is my final drawing. I like this a lot better than the final, partially because I forgot some things, like she has some band-aids, or I think I forgot something else. Oh yeah, I actually forgot her wings in this sketch here. She has wings, but I don't know if you can see. Oh, there we go. I drew them on with a white pen afterward because I realized I forgot the wings. And oh, this is getting really recent. I should have been expecting that, but oh well. I was trying to draw characters based on shapes, and the big drawings I do not like, but these like tiny little ones, I love the little circle girl and square boy, and then here's a triangle demon who is not physically possible. And here I was trying to practice face shapes, but then I realized I was going about it the wrong way, so then I just drew Aaron and his family. Aaron, wait, let's go order of age, that makes sense. So, his parents are Alistair and Adara, and they're not human, so they're like 200? I forget what I've said their ages are, but they're old and tired. And then Samuel is the oldest, and I usually draw him wearing an eye patch because this eye, his left eye, is injured and it's blinded, so he just covers it up in public because he's self-conscious. And then Aaron are my lovely child. He's my favorite. I'm a bad parent. I have a favorite child. And then, oh, I forgot to color in his hair dark, but he also has black hair. This is their little brother Ari, and then their little sister Kalila. She is terrifying. Like, in the way that little kids are creepy, she is terrifying. But she's also very sweet. And then this is a design for a ball-jointed doll I'm actually trying to make. So far, it's not going super well, but I really hope I'll be able to fix all the things I did wrong, because I love this little robot, and I made it a robot so I won't have to sculpt any feet, because I can't even draw feet. I don't want to have to sculpt them. And then I thought its face looked creepy, So I tried to draw different faces, but none of them looked any less creepy, so I'm just gonna go with this. Oh, so now that it's February, it's Valentine's month. It's not just one day anymore, it's the whole month. Everything is Valentine's Day. So I made a fake Valentine's Day card with my character Samuel, and because he is an incredibly grumpy person, I made the cheesy, like, caption or whatever, "I hate you the least." And here, since Adrian is a shape-shifting demon, they are not always in their true form. And so I'm trying to design their true form, and their body is something like this, and their head is something like this, and they are very tall. That says 7 feet, question mark. Just gonna have to go with that. And, oh, here I was going back and thinking about my Inktober characters, and I really want to have a story that's inspired by Halloween, because Halloween is one of my favorite holidays. It's great. Like, there's nothing else like Halloween. And so I drew this little Grim Reaper, I really like her, and then this pumpkin lady, or boy, I don't even know. I love them so much. Like, I'm going to make this into a character, just because it's a funky little pumpkin person. I don't even need to explain that further. And here, I was revisiting even more Inktober characters, because I have a lot. Because I drew a character every day for Inktober, but obviously these are my favorites. So this is Frankenstein's monster, my gargoyle girl, Scarecrow man, and then this is a ghost girl who I drew, I think, on the first day of Inktober. And I was thinking that, like, if this were a story, she'd, like, join the main cast later, because, like, they'd find her. And I put a vampire, because vampires are a classic costume. And I was thinking maybe the Grim Reaper is, like, in charge of my knockoff Halloween town, because at this point that's basically what it is. And I have this little character who wears a jack-o'-lantern mask, and underneath they're actually a demon. Like, they're humanoid, except they have horns. And so I was thinking maybe there's, like, a demon gang that's, like, beating up the town, and, like, a band of rebel monster cryptid humanoids band together and beat them up. That's probably not what the final plot is going to be, but that's all I've got now. And again, I finished this, well, today, as of today, I finished this yesterday, and it took me 56 days to fill 60 pages, so that's not too bad. Alright, that's it. We're done. If you even watched it, thank you. Follow my Instagram, please. Bye? Yes.